Explain what we're doing today.
We're going to Oakland Cemetery. 25 Atlanta mayors are buried there, and the author of Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, Margaret Mitchell.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't remember anybody else.
But the thing is, we might get rained out, so I don't know. I'm afraid that our cemetery adventure might get rained out. We were watching a video about Oakland Cemetery, and they were saying that it was acceptable to go and hang out at the cemetery socially.
Yeah,
What's the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
Okay. Apparently, before the Victorian era, there were just graveyards, and then with the Victorian movement of doing pretty things, they started making cemeteries instead. The guy said it translated to some kind of garden or something, but I don't know. And so I guess that means it's okay to hang out there because they made them beautiful and like a place to go and be pensive and think about your mortality and stuff. Remember people.
I don't know. I like my shirt. Basically, I have never looked tackier in my entire life.
I like it. Are you gonna wear it?
Yeah. We're walking up to Oakland Cemetery now. What do you think about the weather?
It's kind of chilly. I'm putting a sweater on, first time all year. Well, since winter.
I can't believe it. It's crazy because it's been so unbearably hot. Now it's like 50 degrees.
And well, it's raining a little too, so that makes it feel colder.
Little drizzle. I'm just hoping that the tropical storm will hold off here and give us time to look at the cemetery. So I came here when I was in college for a field trip. And that's all I remember of it, and that was so long ago. So I don't really remember much of it, but this is an historic cemetery in the Atlanta area. Why do people say an historic anyway?
I think the H is silent in some places.
Yeah, that's right. Some people don't pronounce H. History.
Are those old?
Those look pretty old.
Yeah, it's pretty cemetery.
It's a beautiful cemetery, really. It feels huge already just walking into it, doesn't it? It's like,
it really does.
Goes endlessly that way and then that way. I like going to cemeteries, period.
Yeah, I like going when I don't know anyone.
You're from New Orleans, and they have like above ground graves there because it's below sea level. What are these?
I don't know. They look kind of like tombs. I guess it's just a different
type of gravestone. The thing to me that has always really just messed with my head about really old graves like this, in many cases they've spent more time like in this one spot dead than all of their existence alive on Earth. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. I mean, I know you're not really in there and...
No, but it's pretty amazing anyway.
Like just unmoved.
We can't, at this point, we can't help but equate our physical bodies to our existence, so... It's interesting to think of, like, my body staying in one place for hundreds of years. Yeah,
that's profound.
Especially a day like today when I'm so hyper.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It's true. Tell everyone why you're hyper. This is funny.
I ate a banana and then I ate, like, a bunch of grapes. And there's sugar in there. Zach thinks it's weird. But
yeah, Brianna's on a sugar high. Because
I'm on a total sugar high. I ate
because
way too much
she ate
fruit
bananas.
this morning.
And not because she ate candy, but because she ate fruit.
It was the grapes that put me over the edge.
This is a really pretty headstone, isn't it? Husband and wife.
The hands holding man and woman's hand at the top.
Yeah, that is nice.
I wonder if they chose their little insignias. They seem personal.
Yeah, they do. These are the kind that always make me feel a little weird. Obviously, someone has bought a plot here and they have all of their birthdays and without their death dates. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that is...
Because this is where they will be buried when they do die. So only one member of the family is here. Which is interesting.
I would feel a little weird about it. I mean, I can see wanting to be with your family or knowing in advance that you want to be buried with your family. And I guess you have to save the space. But like, actually having my name carved on there already would make me feel really eerie visiting it.
It is.
I think they could just leave a blank spot and put it in later, you know?
Well, either way, you know you're here. I don't know, it'd be kind of cool, like come visit your cemetery plot like on a day like today.
I think a lot of people do know where their cemetery plots are going to be, but I just don't think they all have their headstones already carved out. That's like...
Yeah. Bree and I were just walking around here, and we see this relatively insignificant headstone here compared to what we're looking at and didn't even realize it. I mean, it does kind of stand out as a newer one, but this is Maynard Jackson. This is the first black mayor of Atlanta, and yeah, he died relatively recently. They renamed the airport Hartsfield-Jackson after him. It was just Hartsfield International Airport. So he was mayor much of my life here, and I just that was really interesting. Didn't even realize that was him.
No, it looks like covered by the plants at the bottom. It says, "I'm sure Mayor of Atlanta," something.
Yeah, very nice.
Lovely. He's lucky he
And
got a tree.
it's not like a big. I wonder. You would think someone of such prominence would have a much more elaborate headstone, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I do think so. But I'm all about the tree. I already told you that. I think.
You like the tree?
Yeah, I do not want to be buried, but if I did, I would want it to be like right under a tree. I feel like something about that infusing of life is a cool thing.
You've decided you want to be cremated.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of decomposition.
You've been enjoying reading the inscriptions on the tombstones.
It's my favorite part of the cemetery. Because how do you choose the one thing out of your whole life that you want to put on your memorial, you know?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big decision.
Yeah, what do you want written on your
I have no
headstone?
idea yet.
I mean, think about that. Like, honestly, what would you have said? I think I know what I would have written. I think I do. Leave your questions and comments in the comment section below.
I love it.
Right?
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's good. I want to have a like multimedia grave though, like an interactive grave site where you can put, you can interact somehow. Maybe my old YouTube videos will somehow be embedded on the tombstone. Like, yeah, a tombstone of the future.
Yeah, or it would say, like me on Facebook. The Zach George.
Right, exactly. You could still like me. I mean, all of that. It could be like you just embed an iPad. I'm not making light of it. I'm being serious. I'm just thinking of ways to keep memories alive. Is that not a good idea?
I'd like for it to be interactive. You could have a little introduction. Hey guys, this is my interactive grave.
Yeah, this is, yeah. Like me on Facebook, interact. Maybe one of my relatives will answer a question for you if you need them to, and yeah.
Right. I think that'd be cool.
We're coming up on Margaret Mitchell in a second, which I'm excited about. She is the author of Gone with the Wind. I guess she's arguably the most famous person here at this cemetery. And there she is, Margaret Mitchell. Pretty, I mean, when you think about a novel there, all I know of Margaret Mitchell is Gone with the Wind. I'm sure she probably did many other great things. But when you think about that, to write a story that was such an influence on culture and everything, and here she is right here.
I still haven't read it, but I just watched the movie Gone with the Wind for the first time like a month ago.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Edward Valentine died in 1951, and it seems like his wife should be there, and she's not even there yet, and that inscription is just so sad. It's sweet. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you.
Oh.
I know. And where is she?
Yeah, really.
I mean, 1951, he was born in 1890 something, it looks like. I wonder if she remarried and is buried somewhere else. That happens a lot. It's really sad.
There's something just really pretty and majestic about these places. Very peaceful. I don't know what it is though, because it's still a lot of dead people. But it's just pretty. It's artistic. Really is a very large monument, and it's to one person, not a family. William B. Cox, and he wasn't on the list of like famous people buried here, but it seems with a tombstone this, or a monument, whatever you call this large, seems like you would be someone important, doesn't it? This is a mausoleum, and a really pretty one here. You can't open the doors, but see they're buried like in the walls.
Looks like the earliest ones were 1878.
That was a long time to be in there. I really like this idea, being buried in a place where there's a bench. I mean, isn't that nice? So there's like a lot of nice little burials here. See, nice and quaint, beautifully landscaped. You can just come here, visit your family and just, you know, sit at a bench. This place is so old. I mean, you see that. We've seen this a couple of times where headstones are just kind of peeking out. It makes you wonder how many are completely buried around here. This is another mausoleum. It's so eerie. Like, you can hear. I don't want to disturb them. Oh, I feel like
don't you think they miss hearing people's voices all the time?
So you think they want me to talk to them? I'm just
I
really
wouldn't mind. I bet they're bored.
I'm so freaked out right now, guys. You don't even know.
They're answering my number.
Like, I feel like I'm going in some old abandoned house that is like well kept mysteriously or something, you know? Like, there's a bench in there. It's so weird. When do you think the last time someone was actually in here? They probably come in here to clean them out.
The last time that someone was buried.
No, they probably go in there to maintain them.
I bet, because the leaves and stuff. Ooh, it's warm in there.
Now we're in the Oakland Cemetery gift shop. Lots of good things here. You can get a Oakland Cemetery t-shirt. Some buttons here. Really nice commemorative buttons. Get a copy of Gone with the Wind. This is nice. Nice little souvenir. Or a they told us we have to see the lion while we're here, so we're gonna go try and find the lion. In 1852, they ordered that black slaves, or black people in general, but I assume they would all be slaves in that time. I don't think you would have had free blacks in the South in the mid 1800s, but they were buried here in the rear of the cemetery. So, yeah, just interesting.
Curiously close to the Confederate soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the Confederate soldiers over here. Thousands of Confederate soldiers are buried here. Look at that, you can see there. Confederate States of America. So the story here, though, is that I guess this lion is guarding the unknown Confederates, basically. Yeah, that is a very moving piece of art. And I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan of the Confederate flag in any way, shape, or form. I don't like it. I think it's an extinct country, and it's just not my thing. But nonetheless, this is, I mean, it's just a really moving thing to see it like this, in this form, isn't it?
Just the expression on his face.
Really?
And the way, the position of his whole body and arms.
Yeah, it's a mourning lion.
It like stirs your soul.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's the way they stand in ranks, but any way that you look at it, any direction, it always is a straight line. Like, you can see all the headstones in ordered formation.
Really interesting to see Confederate, you know, Confederate States Army written on all of these and everything. This is pretty cool over here. Look at these pillow stones. That's different. They look they're very well done, aren't they? Definitely starting to rain. I think we might need to go. What do you think?
Yeah.